welcome back to Temptation Season 2, Episode 1.5. And the reason for that is because we had last session, we did not have Killer, so we could not do a full, kind of full introduction thing. But we have Killer now, and we have lost Ravnok, so, you know, we've traded.
Thank God. Traded up.
Traded up.
Trade up, yeah. We traded and we saved. But no, so we do love you, Ravnok. I love you. I'm sorry. But no, so this
Don't you put
session
words
is
in my
going to be
mouth.
1.5. This 1.5 session is going to also introduce us to Val and how she's going to essentially wake up, how things are going to move. I am going to make an amendment, and I'm going to say it at the start of the session for last session. Last session, I did say that after the end of every second session, there would be a level up. Yes, 100%. I did have plans for it. Y'all know what I'm like. So I did have plans to still keep things balanced, still keep things running. However, I've decided to amend that and change it to you can either upgrade your Bastion room, which was announced. This is our Bastion for this campaign. You can either upgrade your Bastion room for permanent enhancements, or you can take a level up. The reason I've done that is because I have planned something for later, and we'll see if any of that comes to fruition. Because we know what planning in D&D is like.
Question. Is that a
No.
group decision? Like we either all level up or we level up back? So some people can level up faster than others, and
Yeah.
Interesting.
So everything will obviously still be balanced. Obviously, I'm not going to have if say for example, if Val is level 11 and Rose decides to just say at level 9 because they're upgrading their Bastion, things will still be balanced around that. So it's not going to be I'm being left behind. There are going to be ways for you to still upgrade other things using Bastion, then a level up. So we don't have to worry about that for now. Wait till next session when everyone's here. In the meantime, are we ready to play some D&D?
Absolutely.
All right, Val. Obviously, we're going to start with Val.
Coming in hot.
Why? Why do they get to go first?
Literally and figuratively.
So, you are feeling a little bit sluggish. You are feeling a little bit slow. You are kind of cast in this almost empty void at the moment as you're kind of almost being thrown through space. That was difficult to say. While you're kind of floating, your body, it's starting to feel like you're getting the energy back. You're starting to feel your limbs a little more. You can start moving your fingers. You can start wiggling your toes. After a little while, you feel yourself kind of stop. And as you're floating through and you stop, you start to get these mental images of everything that happened in the world of Valerie, which is season 1. While you're going through all of these points, was there any point that you wanted to stop and focus on before going forward with it?
I think she's probably spends a lot of time processing that last couple moments before she got exploded.
Yeah.
Just sort of she's the type of person that analyzes everything, every moment, every piece. And I think now that she's starting to wake up, she's I think thinking how would this have translated? I think she's spending a lot of time thinking how did they use this to find Hermona? How did they do this? Because now she's curious.
Yeah.
You know?
While you're going through this kind of mental math and mental arithmetic of trying to make sense of what is essentially nothing, while you're going through it, you can feel this kind of light scratching on the brain, which is a little bit awkward, a little bit weird, but you can just feel this light scratching. And all you can hear in your head is just, "Oh, hey, you're finally awake." Couldn't help myself, sorry. You know, it took you a little while to get up. You feeling okay?
I suppose maybe a little thirsty. I
One of
think I'm all
your
right.
one of your friends woke up already and they were really hungry. When you do wake up properly and you step outside, there's a little bit of a puddle there. They haven't cleaned up. Uh, anyway, um, I wanted to tap in first before you woke up. Um, you guys are obviously chosen to come back from what happened at the tower and what happened with Hermona. Uh, there's a lot of hostility towards the gods, and I get that. But there's a lot going on, and I know it's going to be hard to trust that we made the right decision to bring you forward. As he says that, you get this kind of mental image of this very tall, gruff, almost wolf looking demon, so to speak. And you are reminded that he was one of the people that were with Caglio and Aldebar and Tuff and Charles in the tower. He was the blood hunter.
Mm.
I'm not good with words. I usually just stab shit and they bleed and die and I laugh. But it honestly, I don't know why the fuck they made me do this. There's a lot of things going on, and it's hard to say how people feel. So, just wanted to let you know that you are fine. Even if you don't trust us, we're still gonna make sure you guys are okay. So, I know you hate us, and I get it, but I hope you can understand why we did what we did, even if you don't agree with it and you don't like us. Because understanding is better than active hatred. And that's kind of my whole thing, so.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't be very logical for you to try to kill us. You feels as if perhaps you may still need us, so I suppose I believe you. Trust, not a thing is going to happen there, but I do believe you. That makes sense. Where are my friends?
Your friends are currently surrounding you. You're in what we call a hospital room. It's basically like being in the med bay back in Alarie. When you wake up, you'll have a couple of cords and lines hooked up to you. That's just to make sure that you're doing okay and lets us give a visual representation. He's going to explain to you the IVs and everything. We're just going to skip over that because I'm too dumb and I'm not going through that. After a little while, he just, um, Val, I have one, not a request, but just something that I want to ask you. And you don't have to do it. You don't have to do anything we say. And we understand why you guys don't like us. But I have one request. Um,
Mm.
when you do run into one of us, um, if you're gonna kill anyone first, kill Oldvar. He's an asshole.
Hmm.
You are shown an image in your head of this tall, dragonborn, general looking man. He is standing, I think he was about 6 foot tall, and as he's kind of standing there, his image starts to shift a little bit because you didn't know him as Aldevar, you knew him as Charles, as he turns into
Hmm.
a human looking, um, almost half god. Uh, it's just if he's the first one you find, like, go nuts. Uh,
Hmm.
so yeah, I
I will definitely keep that in mind.
um anyway, I'm gonna let you wake up now.
Great.
It's kind of a weird thing. Each of the other gods had to like wake everybody up, and I got stuck with you, which is funny
Hmm.
because you're logical and I'm an asshole. So you know
Yeah.
you have to wonder why I stab things first. Anyway, good luck, have fun. Don't don't
Have
kill us
fun.
yet. Don't don't kill us yet.
Oh, I'll consider it. Thank you for your assistance, I guess. I will be happy to wake up now. Thank you.
you are going to feel that light scratching on your brain stop, and as you you've been awake and like watching this void for while you've been talking, but then while you're this is like the first time your eyes kind of wake up as you feel this like light claw from a very large wolf man just kind of put his claw on your forehead, and as it does, you feel this very light electric shock, kind of like static electricity, and it kind of just runs through your whole body. As it does, you wake up and your eyes show Rose to your left. It shows Persephone on the ground on the right, holding her stomach and looking like shit. And, well, actually, you think that's Arendelle? Maybe. I don't know. He said that your friends were alive and surely this
I
is one
thought
of them.
I thought they were in a different room at the end of the last episode, and Rose left her squirrel with me.
I was coming back because the gods pissed me
Yeah.
off, so I came back in the room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Great.
was where I was when I stormed off, that's where I went.
Okay, great.
That's also an easy continuity fix. We'll put it like 5-10 minutes later. Everybody's in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Everybody's back,
All done.
back again.
Are you
Um,
okay? Hey, are you okay?
um, yes, I suppose. Can I read the computers?
You can run a technology check.
I sure
You
can.
will. You can also add your proficiency because the wolf god headsman, the blood god, did explain to you the IVs and how it works. What essentially was like a whole hour conversation of everything for you was like 5 minutes for these guys.
Yeah.
Dreams.
Aha, 23.
23. Yeah, you followed along pretty quick with everything that was going on.
I get I understand this stuff.
Uh, I don't mean to alarm you, but some of us have gone through some changes. Um,
You haven't.
I have not, no, but you can see Arendelle now, Persephone, and I I don't really know how to tell you this, but you look a little different.
I do. Interesting. Very interesting that my brain would create a different being for me. Um, Coral, you're also different.
Yeah,
A
still
little.
trying to figure this out, honestly.
Yeah,
Why
that's understandable.
why do you think
Yeah,
some
my
of us
hands are
changed?
different.
You look very different.
Uh, I feel logically it seems that perhaps our um inner consciousness may have come up with some sort of um idea of what we would be, right? Your id is always slightly different um than your exterior. So I'm sure that that's probably who we maybe thought we um were on the inside is my best guess if we're talking psychology. Weird that I was
Mm,
purple though.
it
I
was.
do like purple.
Y you sound a little different
Wait,
too.
are you sure that it's that way around, not the other way around?
What an interesting hypothesis. One that I intend to start testing. If everybody could back up so I could sit up. Thank you.
Sure, sure.
Or what?
um, so I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna look around the room. Is there anything like interesting at all about this room from like a science point of view? Like, is this just like a straight up? Are there any like um cabinets that may have stuff in it? Any like is it like modern day hospital room or is this high
Think
tech.
of it think of it kind of like a high-tech lab waiting bay. So,
Okay.
as everybody woke up, the only ones that had something in their room were Coral, what used to be Rose, and you. Rose's room is completely smashed up. But essentially, what it is the only thing that's in there that kind of has anything is the medical equipment, that the IV, all of the machinery, um, everything that's kind of there. There aren't any cabinets. There is a chair to the right of where Persephone is kind of sitting on the ground. She could have taken a chair, but she didn't. And you can see as you sit up, because Coral's standing in the doorway, you can see out behind him, and you can tell that there is definitely some form of sterilization area, so to speak. As you're kind of looking through down the hallway, as everything's kind of either clean, it's sterile, it's dark. But as aside from like cabinets, what? Cupboards or cabinets,
Cabinets,
or
yeah, both.
anything like that.
That's what happens when you make a
Cabinets.
baby.
Cubbies.
Yeah.
Cubbies.
My favorite part of Halo, the cabinets. Um, um, yeah, aside from that, there's not really anything outside of just the machinery, the lines, the tubes, and one chair. Which probably easy enough to explain that Coral probably brought in for Persephone, and she still chose to sit on the ground.
Well, she's very short, so I'm sure it probably feels better to be closer to the ground. Uh, she's she's what I called while I was listening, I called her a quarterling because
Oh.
she's a short halfling. Um, yeah, so also pausing because we have not described Val yet, the new Val.
Yeah,
Um,
perfect time to do it is
Hello,
just take a
everybody.
look at yourself.
Yeah, so I'm looking into the mirror. Val is now human. Uh, she is not purple. She has dark hair. She might have some purple streaks in her hair, because that's cool. But she is very human. She is, uh, as Wolfkins noted last episode, smoking hot. And that's just a personality trait now. Um, but yeah, no, she looks like just a hot human woman. And she is still going to be an artificer, so that's going to be fun. But I feel like if there is in the room some sort of like doctor's coat, she probably throws that on over her regular clothes, whatever she's wearing. Um, and I think she probably grabs the saline solution that was most definitely being used as a drip,
Mhm.
because you can never go wrong with a little bit of sodium chloride water solution. Um, probably offers it uh, to Persephone, although Persephone's probably just like, I just need a nap, everybody. We're all right. Um,
Hang on, I gotta do this. Where's Persephone's? There it is. Pretty sure the number is at 0, but I want to have a look at her. Okay, so she's got a +2 to tolerance. Okay,
oh, great, yeah.
a 10.
Um,
Yeah, she's just gonna sit there, but she's gonna know better than just accept it and start
yeah,
drinking.
yeah, because this is brand new. So yeah, she's going to, and then I'll probably turn to Rose and say, "Hi, friend. Um,
Hi, it's good to see you.
I it's been probably what feels like 30 seconds or 30 years. Who knows? But I've missed you.
Missed you too. I'm glad to see you're awake and alive, for that matter.
Yeah, you know what? Absolutely same. Thank you. Uh, I think I got a message from one of our god friends. Friend is being used very sarcastically here. The wolf one. the one that likes to kill things, I suppose.
I mean, I think that's all of
Barbaric.
them at this point, but sure, continue.
Accurate. He did ask me to kill what used to be Charles. I'm gonna take that as with a grain of salt at this point. But just so you know, they I guess they woke us up. I'm sure they have some sort of ulterior motive for us to still be alive. Otherwise they would have just killed us when they got the information. So, um I'm interested in finding out why. How about you?
Oh yeah, I have a couple questions for them.
Yeah, how about you, Coral?
Absolutely.
You in?
Honestly, I have more questions than I can think of right now.
Yeah, that feels right. That feels very right. I could use um I could use a moment, and I'm going to just sort of like search around the room. I'm gonna take as many of like pieces of metal, scalpels, measuring units, and I'm going to kind of quickly make a little unit. This unit is going to be shaped like a dog, like the early 2000s
Little robot,
um
silver ones.
robot dogs that everybody
Yeah,
had. I had one.
I know exactly
I'm
what you're
sure
talking
it's
about.
still I'm
yeah.
sure it's
It's
still
like
in my
Ibo or something
dad's
like that.
basement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It came with a little bone thing you could pretend to feed it. Um, it's gonna look
It's a
very
fun
similar to that.
time.
And I'm going to uh I think we have established that we do have a little bit of effective magic, right? Um
Yes. So it was said
so
last session that you guys are the only ones that can do AoE magic. Any magic cast by anyone other than you lot in this world is single target.
excellent. This is going to look a little bit more like magic, I think, just for plot reasons. But she's going to just pour a little bit of her brain in and create her new friend, Munch. And he's going to come alive and bark a little bit. And I'm going to just hold him up and say, "This is Munch." He's going to help us too, I think. We need a little bit more eyes on the ground, if that makes sense.
My God, he's so
Rose,
cute.
Munch is
as
very
you
cute.
Whoa.
watch Val do this, Rose, can you roll me a D100, please?
Uh-oh. We all remember what happened when Val rolled her D100s the
Well,
last
the start of the roll is very high, so
It's not just Val. It's anytime Killer rolls a D100, it's always the wrong result. Do you
yeah.
remember Call of Cthulhu?
Oh my god. Oh, never forget.
So a D100 from Rose as we continue uh, going forward. Also, love that we have all established that season 1 to season 2 is the exact same trope like TV where we got a bigger budget and everyone got hotter.
Yeah, everyone just got hotter.
Except Rose, because she was already smoking
Back.
hot.
That's yeah. A little bit of that buccal fat removal or whatever.
They made her. She got edgier though. That was her transition. Like she was already hot, so they had to make her edgier.
Oh my god, does she have the neck tattooed now?
Yeah, with the rose on. She has a rose neck
God,
tattoo.
that's so cool.
Oh,
Val
that's awesome.
absolutely was like Val looks at it as like, "That's badass, by the way."
Thanks. It's kind of the one thing that really changed, but I've always wanted one. Just never really had the
Yeah.
chance. You like it though? I mean, I thought it was pretty.
It for sure suits you.
Thanks.
Coral.
Do you still have the squirrel out, by the way?
Yes. Yes. I
I
was
am
trying to
so
remember.
sorry
Its name
because
was
now
Sprout, right? Is that
yeah.
what I named it? Okay.
Munch
Sure.
is now chasing Sprout around the room. It's
They're gonna
cute.
be they're gonna be friends. They just have to get used to each
Yes.
other. But if something happens and Sprout gets hurt, I'll just summon him again.
Yeah, and I can always just mend Munch.
Perfect. So yeah, just let them play.
So for some reason, the D100 isn't showing up on my game
No.
log.
It didn't show me
Did you?
either.
Oh. Did you roll it?
You gotta roll it.
Did you roll it? Rose had to roll it.
Oh, me? Oh, I'm sorry.
Did I say Val or did I say Rose? Now I don't know. Let's just
I heard
forget
it. I heard
everything
it.
and start again.
You said
Okay,
Rose.
cool.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
so
My bad. I thought you said.
roll.
I was sitting here waiting for it.
Oh.
64.
Well,
Oh. Take
cool.
a look.
Coral, while they're kind of talking, interacting, and reuniting, you're kind of just like watching the scene and that, and noticing Persephone on the ground. These two kind of interacting and getting to know each other again in their new bodies. Munch and Sprout running around. How are you feeling? What are you thinking? What do you want to do?
So Coral's he's not exactly sure what's going on right now. So he's kind of defaulting to, okay, let's look for threats, make sure that there's this place. All we've seen really has been us and like technology things. No like other beings yet, but I'm still on guard for that. So yeah, I'm hanging out kind of in the doorway in the hallway, kind of taking glances down the halls and making sure that nothing's sneaking up on us.
Coral's
Yeah.
looking for fleshy stuff to beat.
Yeah.
Roll me a perception or investigation. I think they're the
Right.
same thing. I don't know.
Perception.
Perception?
Not great. I'm 9.
A 9. So you kind of look around, looking up and down the hallways. All you kind of see is a faint glowing light down the far end, like towards the top of the screen. All you see is like a faint light, but your brain's just like, there's lights all over the place. Of course, the light's going to be on, so like you don't really think too much about it. But aside from that, you don't hear anything different. You don't see anything different. Yeah, you're just chilling.
Yeah, I'll note that. Once they finish in there, and we're looking for somewhere to go. That's where I'm gonna recommend.
All right, cool. Yeah, Rose with a 64. Nothing happened so far. Rose and Val, how are we feeling? What are we thinking? What's going on? Now that we are back, so to speak. Have you gotten up off of the bed yet, Val?
Yeah, I'm up. I got the doctor's coat on, and I made munch, so I'm up and around.
Yeah. Okay, so as I said before, there wasn't anything in the room, but it's such a minor detail that like we can just retroactively give you one. But we're gonna put Persephone on the bed because as soon as you get off, she is immediately laying down. I feel like Ravdoc would make a comment like, "Oh, it's still warm."
Yeah.
I feel like also
and
as
it
we're
doesn't-
leaving, Persephone through Ravnock would ask us to bring her something to eat, like some crackers or something. I feel like even in her state, she still wants more food.
Yeah, there's a couple of saltine crackers that you could probably give her eventually. But it doesn't take long. After like a couple of minutes, have a fun side, like 2-second cutaway of Coral coming back with some saltine crackers, and she is out cold.
Yeah. Asleep.
Do I make her snore? No, I won't do that to Ravdoc while he's not here.
I'm sure it's very cute. Coral, I imagine Coral like very cutely like still lays them very gently next to her.
Tucks the little saltines in next to him. And then Sprout jumps up and eats them while she's sleeping.
Probably.
Alrighty.
We have a squirrel now. You can't just leave shit around, okay?
That's true. Almost as bad as a raccoon.
Almost,
so,
but
the three of us
cuter.
now
Look cuter.
getting up. Val and Rose, you two can make me a perception check as well as you guys come out into the hallway that Coral was in before.
I love those.
8.
That's going to be a natural 20 for a 31.
Holy shit!
Damn.
What planes of existence do I see into?
What do you want to know? What do you want to see? No. Val, It's pretty logical to conclude that you're still feeling a little bit groggy. So even though you're up now, you're walking around, you're still a little bit aloof, so to speak.
Yeah.
Probably thinking a lot about everything that's going on.
Yep.
Rose, yeah, baby, what you want to know? You step out, and as you're looking up and down, you look down towards the security room that you were in before, and we're having a lovely chat with Caglio. Um, as you look further down, you see this kind of faint glowing light that's coming a little bit further down. Coral had noticed it before, didn't say anything. And as you're looking down towards the right side, which is down where Coral and Persephone had woken up, you can hear a couple of not whirring sounds, but you can hear the sound of like an industrial fan or like a duction hatch. So there's a couple of things that you want to do. You know for absolute certain whether you like the gods or not, you feel completely safe here.
Okay.
I'll give you that with a 31, and that'll be permanent information. When you're inside your bastion, you guys are permanently safe.
Val, I hear a noise down here. It sounds like I don't know how to explain it. It sounds familiar, but also I don't know. I think you might want to check it out. It's not really my cup of tea, but it's making one of those kind of whirring noises that a lot of the stuff you make produces. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you know what I'm
That
saying?
does. That
Okay.
makes very good sense. Used to make actually. Yeah, we'll get there. Let's go.
Okay.
Where are we going? I'm
All
following
right,
you.
so
I'll lead her to
you
where
go down to the right. Yeah, which pick a
my eyes
room.
open, my druid senses
Yeah, is
perceiving
it the same direction
everything.
as the light that I saw?
Sorry.
Is it the same direction as the light I saw?
No, so the kind of like the sound of the fans and that were coming from the right, whereas the light was
Okay.
up towards the north. So if you want to split off, you're more than welcome to do that.
No. Okay.
And then
No.
y-
No.
No.
He just told us we're
I mean,
safe.
Rose is the only one so far that knows you're completely safe unless she says something.
Oh, I
Not
won't.
today, Satan.
I'm not saying because I know it and don't even trust it. So,
Yeah.
you
roll a 40, then we'll talk.
I'll take. I want to take Val to the fan noises first. I want her to be able to check those
Okay.
out. I'll just do a loop. We'll just explore the area.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I'll go with.
Alright, so exploring the area, the first part that you come across up in this bottom area in the middle, as you walk past, you guys can kind of peek in a little bit, and on the inside you find these two large kind of fusion reactor looking devices. You can see that they're obviously hooked up to a bunch of different cords and kind of backed up against the wall. The three of you notice that the cords and the lining are very, very neatly like arranged on the wall to make sure that everything is going in the right spots. You guys will also see that there is a hallway going towards the south. Rose, with the 31, you're able to tell that this is either an entrance or exit. Anything that has like a hallway like that, it's got a door at the end. There's got to be an entry or exit there. And then as you keep coming across, you can't see into that middle area yet. But as you do walk past on the left there is a kind of like a blind as you lift up and down. So you could eventually, but it is metal, kind of like the metal shutters that we can get on now on the house. Moving further down, Coral, you will recognize this part being where you and Persephone woke up. It's just more rooms, not a whole lot more. All of the rooms were empty except for the ones that obviously had people in them. As we come around this corner,
Does it look like maybe, just a real quick question, does it look like maybe
yeah,
there had been people at some point, or do they just look like completely empty, clean? Like maybe they just didn't get, like, it was like extra room.
roll
In
me
case
a
they needed to make
medicine
more
check.
people in.
Roll me medicine.
Ooh, we like that. 18.
18. So with a medicine check, you're able to tell that these were clearly used as med bays. They were clearly used to help people that were injured or anything like that. All of the rooms are quite pristine, so it doesn't look like they were used. However, they are there specifically for that purpose. With an 18 and with how logical Val is as a person, you're quite easily able to correlate the idea that this is probably where the gods were, this is where those gods were situated. Gods don't need medical aid most of the time, so you feel like these were probably used for either allies that would come down, or maybe they've tried to do this shit before and there were other people that they've brought in, maybe previous cycles, stuff like that. So for this specific reason, you can't tell if people were in them because they are still very clean. However, you're able to kind of do the mental gymnastics to come up with some
There
pretty
was a
logical
reason there
conclusions.
were as many as there are.
Yes.
And okay, that's great. We're putting a puzzle together, and this is just another piece.
I love when my players put puzzle pieces together because the DM doesn't have a puzzle. But
We're
yeah,
very
anything
interested into
else?
why this place exists.
Indeed. Anything else
Nope.
so far going ahead, or are we moving forward?
Keep going.
Keep going?
Yeah.
Alrighty, as we come down, this is where the sound of the fans were starting to get a lot louder. As we start to move down, Rose, you step a little bit too far forward around the corner to have a quick look, and you can see that it is almost blocked by boxes. So while there is like a very little path through there, that area, for all intents and purposes, is blocked off by boxes. We don't know what's in them, but
Do I need to pay
that's
like
there.
$1.99 to unlock this area or something like that?
Yeah, straight into my PayPal. That'd be great. We'll
Okay.
add some DLC with the
Okay.
next update, which will be
I'll send it
session 2.
over. I'll send it over.
Sweet. I will send it back as a Twitch subscription. So, as we're coming into this part, Rose, you're used to the doors opening and closing now. Coral, you're used to the doors opening and closing now. Val, you were let through your door because Coral was standing there. You are walking by and you were just like, you were all kind of walking along the path where none of the doors were opening. Once you get to a little closer and you watch them go like towards it, how do you react to this door just opening on its own?
Is it a fast open or like a air compressed like hydraulic open?
Are we talking
My
Target or
mind,
like Star Trek?
Right.
my mind went to like Star Trek, Alien,
Okay.
Star Wars, like
There
ching.
Whoosh.
Yes.
I like a whoosh. We're big fans of whooshes. Val right now is incredibly interested. This is very intriguing to her because the fact that this stuff is still working as well as it is incredibly fascinating to her. So she's like probably like, "Ooh, interesting."
Okay.
Ooh, piece of candy.
As you guys step into this room, you are going to notice that there is a couple of very large contraptions. This is absolutely where the sounds are coming from. And while it doesn't take a vowel to notice that a lot of it is wind based with the turbines and the motors, this is, as you guys step in, you can feel this almost current in the air. You can feel this almost like an electrical surge running through the area. You guys can make me either a tolerance check or you can make me a arcana check to kind of figure things out. Because while the tech is right
Oh.
in front of us, arcana is for the electricity in the air, or you can run tolerance to see how you feel about that.
23 Arcana.
23 arcana,
13
13
tolerance.
tolerance.
23
And Carl, you
tolerance.
got a 23 tolerance. So I'm glad that we did split that. Val, we're still going to run with the idea that we're still a bit iffy at the moment. We have just woken up. Also,
Okay.
you are very interested in that door. That door is really
Yeah,
cool.
the door is very
Whoosh.
cool. I think she probably
So,
also is like making, this comes with people who are very smart. I wouldn't know. But you sometimes when you're like when when you're so busy thinking of the big picture, you just sort of like make assumptions about little stuff. So she probably walked into this room. She's probably just like assuming that this is some sort of power room.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so she's mostly like thinking about like, I wonder how old these things are. I wonder the last time these were serviced. I'm wondering why they exist the way they do. Not necessarily
Yep.
like, what is this? She's probably like, whatever.
No, absolutely. With the 13 for the tolerance, you can absolutely have that information for free. You can have the answers to that being that yes, this is the power room. This is where everything's done. Um, yeah, feel free to have those questions and have that kind of answer for you.
Have
Um,
those questions. Bye.
have those. Coral, we'll start with yours. With a 23 for tolerance, you can
Uh-huh.
feel this buzz. You can feel this buzz. You can feel this kind of energy running through the room. It is very similar to back in Lowry heading into the forges, how there was always heat off of the furnaces. There's always the kind of sounds of the clanging on the blacksmith tools on metal. And you kind of get this same internalized feeling of this is where things are made. This is
This
where
is
the
where
power's
power
made.
happens.
This is where
Okay.
power happens.
Yeah.
You do feel a sense of comfort because it does remind you of back home, so to speak. However, even though it's a completely different avenue, it still gives you that sense of, yeah, if anything happens, we come here first.
Okay. Kind of the
Uh,
beating heart of the bat. Got it.
yeah.
Right.
Rose, with an Arcana check, your brain starts to fire off into a million ideas of how things work, the lighting, and everything that's going on. Even though you're getting all of this information, and Rose herself doesn't understand how she knows these things, which was another thing, Val, that we had said last session. You don't know how a lot of this works, but you just understand it. Um, but yeah, for you, Rose, at the moment, you're running through all of these ideas, you have all of these plans in your head, you look at these machines and you're like, yep, this produces this power, this produces that power. With your 23 of Arcana, you're able to sense the kind of direction of where the energy is going, so you are able to pinpoint which of these four machines run which part of the bastion. And you're able to also understand that if something goes down, you think you might be able to kickstart it with some magic to get it running. If everybody wants me to make a perception, or you can use your passive, this isn't like a big law thing, this is just kind of a little notice, whether we notice this. Val does not. Neither does
23.
Coral. Rose, it makes sense that you would notice that you ran the last check as well. There are no power points, there are no electrical outlets, there are nothing in this room. Everything is run off of wiring. So you have a feeling that there is no technical output of electricity. However, there's a way to put electricity into the machines. So with the 23 before and the 23 now, if anything was to happen or power was to go out or anything like that, you feel like you could probably kickstart everything and start it back up with a little bit of a magical jolt.
I think these machines run on like lightning. Like I don't really know how, and I can't really explain it, but it's just something I'm sensing. I mean, can't you feel that buzz, like just the charge in the air during a thunderstorm right before the lightning strikes? Can you feel that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I get that exactly, actually. Yeah, this seems like the yeah, this is the heart of what's keeping this building active, I guess.
I suppose. I don't know. This is all
That's what
very
it feels.
very strange to me. This is
Yeah,
far outside of my wheelhouse.
Interesting that you use the word heart. Hmm. Very, very curious.
it
What
kind of
what do
just
you?
makes sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I it feels like that is a lot of what's happening is I don't know. It just makes sense. I don't love
Yeah,
that,
it
but
feels like the heart. It doesn't like feel like the brain or the stomach or
yeah.
something. I mean, this is like how things are running, and it's humming and it's active.
You know, I
Yeah,
I I kind of know what you mean. I get that I kind of get how it works, but I wouldn't say that it makes sense. I mean, lightning machines, l- inside suns. I don't know. It's so weird.
well, you don't have to understand it to have it make sense.
Oh, well,
I mean, hearts are basically just little lightning machines. So,
if you say so.
yeah. They work on electrical impulse. So.
Nerd. Rose.
What's my medicine? Would I know that? Let's see. Oh, my medicine's pretty good. So okay, I'd probably understand that.
Rose, as we're walking around the room, because I did say that these were going to be made differently for each person, roll me another D100, please.
Okay. Hope I wanted low.
Nope.
16.
Nope. That's cute. Yeah, so while you're kind of looking around the room, you can feel the electricity in the air, you can feel everything. Coral saying that this feels like the heart, as you all kind of said, it just makes sense. And this feels right. So, we still have a very open area. Where would you guys like to go? What would you like to do?
I just keep exploring.
I think I saw a
Yeah,
light.
there was a
Oh, did you see it too?
there's light back around the corner. Yeah,
Yeah, let's go check that
and
out.
there's a spot too. Um,
So the
right,
light,
so
we'd
he's
have to go
back.
back around, right? Because this is closed off.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Okay.
close. You can have a look if you want to. Just all of the
Yeah.
boxes were kind of just stacked up.
I want to
So,
go see the light.
okay, light
Go
first,
to the
then.
light.
We can come back. I mean, look, it comes back around.
So, as you guys start to get closer to the light, and you guys start getting closer to the door, the three of you start to feel this weird dread over the three of you. Rose, it doesn't have as much of a feeling over you because you already clocked that you are completely safe, but you still feel extremely uneasy about something. It feels almost primal for the three of you as you start to step closer towards the light that's coming from this room. That feeling does get more and more intense the closer that we get.
The closer we
And
get, Rose just lets out a almost um like almost not even realizing she's doing it, that wolf growl as she starts to just kind of growl in the back of her throat as though she's getting ready to transform. Sorry. Go ahead.
to anybody that would like to enter this room, I need you to make me a mental roll and a tolerance roll.
Mental. It's mental.
A bit mental, isn't it?
Are you going, Rose? Because Val's gonna go if you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm definitely going.
Let's do it. Mentality
Mentality? Okay, that
20.
was bad.
Mentality,
And then tolerance.
tolerance.
Also
Ooh,
bad.
tolerance 8.
Alrighty.
I think I did best between them both.
I did
Alright.
real bad.
You know what? This actually works out quite well, story-wise as well. So with the mentality check was to see whether you were able to overcome that kind of fear on the inside to get through, to be able to have a look. Excuse me. The tolerance check is essentially for whether you're able to stomach the feeling of what's coming, because you have this feeling of dread. And while you have that feeling of dread and you're able to get past that, Rose and Coral, Val, you are not walking in this room. You
Nope.
refuse. You two are able to come up with the idea of like, yeah, we need to see what this place is. If we're living here, we need to see what's in here. In saying that, Rose, that feeling of dread that you overcome is still very much there, and it's like a lump in your throat, and it starts to make you feel extremely anxious, and it starts to make you feel very inside scared. While you know we need to know what's in here, you don't feel like you could stomach what is in here. You feel this sense of just ick, just yuck feeling. So, Rose and Val, you two are going to be able to walk out and find something else to do. Coral, with a
See you later,
21 to your
Coral.
mentality, with a 17 to your tolerance, you're able to overcome that dread. You're able to overcome that icky, yucky feeling on the inside. While you step in, the doors do open, but you can't see anything from the outside in because it is. I'm making this room like as wide as it is long to the end. So this small server room on the side here, Rose and Val, you two would be able to experience that. But the open wall at the top of it, we're pretending that that's blocked, and this room goes all the way back. Hang on, let me see if I can. Yeah. Did that work for anybody else? Because I just drew a wall there.
I don't see it. No.
Oh,
Damn it!
is it black? Because I think I
It is
saw
black.
something black.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, it blends in really well.
What if I do this one? No.
I see that. That I see.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing that then.
Here's that.
Wow. Yeah, my eyes just did not see that at all.
I mean, that's great for this map. Shout out Frad Maps on Patreon because their maps are incredible. I'm going to be using quite a few of these. But yeah, so Coral, sorry, I'm moving you. You're going to be in that room. So you're going to be in the room on the left.
Okay.
Rose and Val, you two are not able to overcome these feelings, and you are kind of impulsively walking off.
Boxers?
Yeah, I think we like, you know what I think happens, and this is probably very cute and a reminder of our friendship, is I probably stayed back, you probably started to walk forward, and then reached back for my hand and also stepped back.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the
Like,
exact same thing.
we held hands and walked away.
Yeah, I imagine we were holding hands walking in, and you stopped, and as you let go of my hand, I just couldn't do it. So I came back out with you. Exactly.
And I'm going in thinking that you guys are right behind me. And
Oh no! Scream if you do that.
Sorry.
Bye.
Have fun storming the castle. We'll be over here.
So, Coral, as you step in to find this kind of almost light green kind of a hue in colouring. You can see on your left as you walk in, there are probably about upwards of 20 different monitors. And on these screens are a whole variety of different things. There's security camera footage, there's vitals footage, there's all of these different calculations that are happening, almost like a coding system that's happening on some of these. And while you're watching them, this kind of dread and this kind of gross feeling on the inside, it feels like there is something just kind of not quite right. As you're looking at these monitors, you hear what sounds like bubbling behind you. And as you turn around, you find that there are these two kind of large tubes. And in these tubes are two very frail, very broken looking people. Or at least we think they're people. We're not entirely sure what they are. But you can see that they are old. Like easily hundreds of years old inside these tubes. You can make me a medicine check if you want to. I will let you know the roll is going to be quite high for correct information or the best information. But feel free if you want to have an initial look, and then we can do later with it.
Let's give it a try. Unlikely to succeed on anything. 15.
15. I can still give you some stuff then.
Okay.
So with a 15 for it, you're able to look at the bodies and know that you need to leave them there, because if anything was to pull them out, they would probably die pretty quickly. They are
Okay.
very old. You're able to tell through this kind of almost like a simulation theory that these guys are hooked up to something and something is causing them to stay alive. So this is important. This place is important. As you walk up to the screen, as you walk up to the two kind of tubes, you notice that at the back they kind of have their own generators powering them, which does give you the idea that if anything was to happen to this place, these are going to kick in to keep these guys going. So whoever these people are, whatever they're doing here, it is important and it is vital that they are here. You can see the body of one male. You can see that he's basically skin and bone. There's almost nothing to them. His face is sunken in. Thing similar to the ghouls from the Fallout series. Similar to that, they're like very sunken in. There's like their nose is gone, essentially. That kind of cartilage there is out, and he's just kind of a husk of what he used to be. On the left side, you can see a female figure, and she's got a little bit more shape. She still has a little bit of, not fat, but she still has a bit more to her. She still has a bit more kind of keeping her, not sane, but still... I don't know what word to use, and I don't want to use the word fresh because they're a couple 100 years old, but she still looks...
Vitality.
Preserved.
Yeah.
Preserved, yes, thank you.
Okay.
That was a struggle in my brain. So you can still see that she is still quite preserved. There aren't any
But
names.
still looks
there
like
aren't
she's
any-
several hundred years old. She's just
Oh, yeah.
pickled. Okay.
Yeah. Pickled. Let's go with that.
I missed it. And I wouldn't know, but were these
Um,
both humans? Is that what we said, or?
Yes,
Okay.
they would be human.
Okay.
You aren't going to be able to find or get any pertinent information yet. But with a 15, you know that these two are extremely important. You are also understanding that they need to stay alive. They have to stay alive. The downside to this is once the door closed, you felt this very light jab into your arm. There was no scene, there was no person, there was no knife, there was no needle, nothing. You just felt a light stab into your arm. You felt something draw a tiny little bit of blood, and then you watched as the door closed, and your vitals appeared on one of the screens. Through the Bastion's actions, because you were the only person that entered this room, you are now the only person that can enter this room, period.
Oh, damn. Okay.
This lock mechanism is running off of a blood lock detection system, in that it has now registered your blood, your DNA, into the current medical conditions and technicians of everything that's going on, and essentially now this door is completely locked for everybody else.
Okay.
That room was creepy anyway.
Yeah.
do
I
you
don't know if I won
you
or
think?
lost by this. All right. So the monitors. Is there anything intelligible in on what's going on the monitors here? So you said it kind of looks like a security office, but some.
Yeah, roll technology.
Okay.
This one will be a low roll, don't worry. Like, this one will be a low DC.
Challenge
You've got like
accepted.
20 different monitors to look at. Rolls a 1.
11. Yeah,
11, that's fine. So across all of these monitors, you can see Rose's vitals, you can see Val's vitals, you can see Persephone's vitals, and yourself. Yours only appeared after you entered this room. You're able to kind of logic the idea that obviously they must have taken some blood, or they must have got something to be able to check everybody at all times. This does back up the theory of what Val was saying earlier. I believe you were close enough to hear, you were in the room or so. That she said that the gods were keeping us for a reason. If they wanted to kill us, they could have killed us, but they didn't. And this kind of backs up your theory of, okay, we have at least safety, so to speak, in the grand scheme of things. But as you're watching it, you can see that Persephone's heart rate is quite low because she's asleep. You can see that Val's is quite high because she just basically had an internal panic attack coming into this room. And you can see that Rose is quite stable, trying to be that kind of grounding force for Val at the moment as they're walking around.
Okay, so
Rose
there's
is
no
spiked a little.
no vitals for the two occupants of the room that
No.
I find here. So just the
Not
four
that
of
we can
us, no
see.
other. Okay.
Yeah. Another thing you can notice is you can notice a long room, and this is a security footage. You notice this long room, and as you're watching it, you can see that it's kind of got a wall halfway along on the left side. You can see around it slightly to where we would know as an elevator shaft, or like one of the old, like the old elevators you see in like all the old Brooklyn movies, like what's a good example, like Rent, Glee, all that shit. Um, all that shit. But like those like old large
All that
style
jazz.
yeah, whatever. That was well done. But yeah, you can see that at the end of there you can make that outline. You can also see that there is a door kind of towards the far end, and you can see three figures kind of entering into this room from underneath where the camera is and just kind of looking around.
Okay. Can I tell where that room is, like relative to this room,
You
or is
would
it
not
just
be able to tell because of that
Mhm.
information, and we have not been there, but you're
Okay.
able to at least deduce the fact that it has to be on the property because we have
Okay.
a security camera footage playing at all times.
So not that I
Okay.
would have seen that, but 3 people? Like, were you seeing someone else in on the
Yeah, that's what
property?
I'm
Just
getting
a
at.
different, yeah.
3 different people on this property
That
somewhere in this
sucks.
building. Okay. And we don't
You can
have
see them.
and this room doesn't monitor their vitals. It's okay. Huh.
Yeah.
That's okay. All right. Probably about now. Is there anything else that's obvious that's jumping out at me? Because I think around now I'd noticed that Rose and Val didn't follow me.
Hey guys, check this.
So
Ah, fuck.
yeah, exactly.
What is your passive perception?
Passive is 14.
14. You were there when Rose talked with Caglio. Were you there when she pulled out the gun and shot at the monitors? I can't, because I know Persephone was like right behind her. I can't
Think
remember
so.
whether you were.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't
Okay.
get too far away from everyone else. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Regardless of whether you were or not, we'll just say that you are to make it easier.
Sure.
Because I don't care too much. You notice on the kind of on the wall where the female occupant is, so on the left side on that far wall, you can see
Mhm.
what looks like a kind of like an armory similar to if anyone's played Resident Evil 2 in the police department, how they have like this kind of basically like they have just this metal box basically that's kind of like got some guns, some weaponry on the wall. You will notice that one of them is missing, and they look very similar to the guns that Rose had. And you'll find that there are 3 pistols still on the wall. The door is open, and with a passive of you, did you say 14?
Yep.
Yeah. So with a passage, fuck me, I'm so tired.
Words are
with
hard,
a
man.
Words are hard. With a passive of 14, I will give you the information that these are clearly your weapons for the new
Okay.
world. However,
Okay.
with a
Cool,
14,
man.
I'm not giving you any more than that just yet.
Okay. All right. That's a lot of info. Yeah, as I said, right about now, I'd probably realize that Rose and Val didn't come in with me. So yeah, I'm gonna head out and check out check out my arm where I felt that the syringe or whatever. Do I look? Is there like a mark? Is anything like
The
that?
only evidence that there was something there or something happened is you can see this tiny little pinprick of red
Mhm.
of the like as you took the needle out, there's like a little bit of a clot there. But aside from that, there isn't any other evidence to notice that anything happened.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
lots of fun.
A little weird.
I'm so glad
Okay.
I'm so glad I still get to give you like the existential shit.
As long as there's no time loops, I'm good with it.
But not anymore.
Well,
Break
That
my
was
brain.
fun. That was so fun though.
It was.
was it?
Okay, then yeah, going to see why Rosenval didn't follow. Other than it just being creepy in there.
Yeah, guys, what the fuck?
Don't go where I can't follow you, Mr. Frodo.
Alrighty.
Huh.
So, Coral joining back with Val and Rose.
Oh,
Just because I feel like it would be funny and it's on brand for Ravnok and Persephone, you guys can hear this kind of like light groaning as she still feels quite sick. I feel like she would not be sick quietly.
no.
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 So you can hear this like but
Oh,
like
how did Persephone's vitals look on the monitor? Was it notably bad?
They-
Just slow heartbeat because of resting, right? Nothing else.
there wasn't any like cause for concern, or you didn't get the feeling
Okay.
that it was bad. It's just slow heart rate because she was asleep.
Okay.
Unless you're fat like me and your
But-
resting heart rate is way
She's
too high.
fine.
Okay, so are we continuing our tour of the bastions?
Yeah.
And
YOLO.
that room was weird, guys.
I didn't get a good feeling about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either, but I still went in, and I think I shouldn't have. I don't know if that last room felt like the heart of this place. That felt like the brain, and it's got anxiety.
Same.
What did you see?
I mean, it looked like it was monitoring us. I mean, I saw like our heart rates and stuff like that on the monitors, and I think Persephone's gonna be okay. But there's also these two weird old pickled people in
Wait,
tubes of fluid.
there were
Just
people
a
in
pack of
there.
pickles.
Ish,
Alive?
ish. They were hooked up to these tubes with tubes coming out of them, and it was keeping them alive. I think if they, I don't think they'd be able to survive without the machines. It looks like they were like dependent on them,
Interesting.
Are they
and they
keeping...
looked old.
What would they be keeping them alive for? Like, what is the purpose?
Where are
Yeah,
they
find
keeping
out.
us alive?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions
That's a good
about
question, too.
why any of us are here. Yeah,
Not that they would actually give us
but
answers if we asked.
well,
No, they
it,
definitely
it
would
just felt
not.
like they were really important to not die, and something's gone through a lot of trouble to make sure that they don't. So, yeah, weird, creepy.
Well, that's not unsettling. Not like we don't, have to sleep here or anything.
Rose,
Okay.
speaking of, how hard are you thinking about that?
About what?
About the new information that Coral has given us?
Oh, it's just adding to the seething flame of hatred that she has. this little
You're 100.
tiny seed that she's cultivating to bring it back to druid terms, and she's watering it quite well. And that was her just making sure it's getting the correct sunlight.
Alrighty,
This
roll
to
me
her
D100 then.
seems like an additional act of the god's cruelty to her. Like, that's just, she doesn't know what it's for, but all she knows at this moment is that there are people being kept alive long beyond their natural expiration date for somebody else's purpose.
Oh yeah.
It ain't right.
So
That's what she was thinking.
D100 for me.
Again? Oh, I've got a lot of these tonight.
As I said, these are gonna be different for each person, how often or how frequently they do.
79.
So I'm not going to be the asshole that says that the DC was going to be 80 for this roll. It was 85 because I reduce it by 5 every time. But that is quite funny. But yeah, this was revealed in season 1. Everybody will eventually have a legendary action. I have not told them what their action is until they get it. But each character's way that they acquire it is different. So Val's was in battle at the time, kickstarted by the Circles and the family of oh my god, what's the race? I've completely blanked. Tieflings. So yours kickstarted from that. Rose, I will tell you that yours is kickstarting off of your hatred towards the gods.
I'll have it by the end of the night.
Rose is like, give me one more fucking roll right now. Yeah. Coral, I do have yours planned. Persephone, I need to change because Persephone is a whole different character, which I love. So I need to make sure that's changed. But your literary actions aren't different. It's just how they start. So now that we have entered into that left room, we have exited and learned of existential aberrant horrors. On the left side, as we're walking past, you guys can see that this is not so much a storage room, so to speak, but you can see that there's a lot less larger machines and a lot more like kind of smaller things hooked up to other things. You can see that there are a lot of shelving. A lot of shelving units that kind of have it's actually yeah, so you can see in these shelves that there are all of these little devices that are currently around. You can see that there are all of these little moments that are just kind of, you feel that same spark as what you did in the larger room, but on a much smaller scale.
Can you just ping which room you're talking about?
How do I ping in this one? Select. Hold.
There's one that's
oh,
Yeah,
links and
I think-
ping.
Okay.
This room up here.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you. Whoa!
Yeah.
Somebody figured it out.
Ah, me, that's right. Damn.
I like that.
But yeah, so you can see that there is a lot more smaller things. Val, your legendary action is in your features and traits because I had to make a feat for it. So if you go to your features and traits and go all the way down to the bottom, it should give you the full
It
explanation
just
for it.
says Val's alchemical reaction. It doesn't have any more information on it.
Did you click on it?
I did. I just did. Yes, it's there.
Love you. Yeah, so on that inside there, if you just want to investigate, you can. Otherwise, you guys are just kind of seeing just rows of like smaller boxes, smaller technology stuff.
Clarification. The light we saw before that we walked towards, was that the room Coral went in? Or is that still on
Yeah,
around?
so
Okay.
that light would have been from the tubes,
Okay.
essentially.
Okay.
So yeah, so we have the top room there. It does kind of lead off to the side where there's a couple more generators, but nothing too interesting in there unless we want to have a look and roll high enough to make me think there's something interesting in there.
Is it perception? Because I might be able to do
It's
it.
gotta be perception or investigation if you want to.
You know what? I'll
What
try
rooms
it.
haven't we gone in yet?
Just because you teased me with it. No, it's not going to work. The one time I roll super low. You're off the hook.
If it makes you feel any better, I was going to say there's nothing in there anyway.
Either way, okay. It does.
I've always wanted to do that to a player. Make something sound super cool and interesting. There's nothing there.
That's fair.
As you guys come around the corner here, and as you step into, around here into this large area, it does not take a rocket scientist to know that if there was going to be a hub in this area, this is it. This is a lot more laid out with furniture. This is a lot more laid out with individual setups of computers, monitors, screens, everything that's kind of the bulk of what it is. If we've already found the heart and we've already found the brains, this is our stomach. This is where everything is processed. This is where everything kind of happens. I'm using that because that was a brilliant analogy.
I love the analogy works.
Yeah, 100%. Um, so this is kind of the hub of where everything is happening. At the far wall, you can see those blinds that let you see into the hallway. With where this is, and Rose, you were able to get the perception check high enough. You could see that that blind wasn't necessarily to make a wall. That blind was the security to be able to see the door at the end, to be able to see people coming in and out. So you're able to click into that. Only you, the other two, didn't roll high enough on the perception. But as you kind of have a look in this area, a lot of the screens are turned off. A lot of the screens are turned off. A lot of the computers are turned off. There's a couple that are still on, but I'm not going to make you guys roll a perception check because this is the hub. This is the main kind of area. What do you see in this area? Yeah, that fucked you, didn't it?
I think for Rose, it's more the lack of what she doesn't see. Because I think one thing that she's noticing is just screens and screens and screens, and for her, this is all very modern. It's very uncomfortable, right? I mean,
Mhm.
she's a druid. She's from the Feywild. This is all very uncomfortable, and this hub where it's supposed to be, a place of, I mean, obvious relaxation with the couches, still just puts her on edge. She just doesn't, and she hasn't seen a single book since she's been in here either, and she just feels totally out of her element here.
Yeah. Val, make a perception check. Have you noticed that there are no books? Coral, did you care? Come on,
I
Beefcake, do
really
you care?
don't see a
No.
single. I don't even see my own face in a
Val's about
mirror
to look
at this.
down and see feet and be like, what the fuck are they?
Yeah, what
Um,
up?
I have them. Um,
Val's still very
Val,
tired today, apparently.
yeah. So
She's too busy
this was
looking
a
in the mirror
free.
like, "Oh, I'm hot now." Just
God, I'm so
constantly in the mirror.
Um, as I said, this was a free perception check. What do your characters, what do you see as you enter this room? God, I feel like an English teacher. Ew. What do you see? Coral, we'll go with you first.
Oh gosh. Honestly, so Coral's still a little bit flustered by that last room, but I guess he's kind of would expect to see more along the same lines, like the monitors being the surveillance part of this is kind of piquing Coral's curiosity as well as his concern. I think if I right now Coral's really trying to figure out how to get the lay of the land of this place a lot better than all of this is these monitors and such are so alien, but like he wants to understand how they work to to basically perceive what's going on in this facility, and especially with those three unknown um people in the monitor in the other room.
Mhm. Val, your free perception check for this room. What do you see?
Walls and the floor.
The three is not the perception check. The three is not your perception check.
Uh,
I see walls. I see a room. There's like a
Yeah.
couch over there.
I think that Val is very interested because this is like we're sort of coming to the conclusion that this is basically going to be like our base of operations, right?
Yeah.
So I think Val is very interested in like a nearby desk area that she can start like laying out like that meme from Always Sunny with like all the strings on the wall where she's like that is she's like very interested in starting something like that that we can start tracking a lot of this because we're getting a lot of data. We
Mhm,
have a lot of questions and we need to start tracking those both of those things. And I think she's
mhm.
very interested in like where can I clean off a space in here that we can start working? I think is where she is.
Okay. With the three of you noticing very different ideals under the same kind of fundamental uh, theory of everything that's going on, the three of you do feel this sense of almost awe, in a sense. While, yes, it is very different from what you guys knew, and yes, it is very different to obviously the life that you guys had, at the same time, this feels like the most humane area, so to speak. It's not overrun with wires and screens always on and information. It's not overrun with medical equipment. It's not overrun with sterility. This place is the one place so far that feels lived in, and that kind of gives us a little bit of, not necessarily like a little bit of relaxation, because we are not relaxed, we are still quite tense. But this is the most lived in area, this theory that's used the most, and that feels humane in such a sterile environment, if that makes sense.
What does it
Is
sound like?
is
Can we still hear the whirring noises? Do we still hear the beeps, or is it quieter?
So you can still hear a lot of the sounds. You can still hear the sounds from around um, the property so far. In this specific area, it is dampened,
Okay.
and it is dampened. Because you asked the question, if you want to have do me an investigation roll, Coral, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, are there any like personal effects or like art or lighting or anything like that in this room, or is it like kind of a, like the closest equivalent I'm coming with is like a dorm common room type of place with
Yeah,
very little
that's
personality,
basically
but a lot.
yeah. So that's basically what I was thinking along the same lines
Okay,
of, as well, as if like a large common room. Um,
okay,
Essentially, that's how I wanted to treat this part of the place, as that humane parallel to everything else that's kind of happening. There aren't any so personal effects of like photos or images or anything anywhere. There's
posters. Yeah,
no like phones or anything. There isn't posters, but there are a couple of art pieces. There are kind of a couple of kind of large pieces of art that are hanging around the room. Um, there is for us regular people, there is
Normie.
a couple of replicas of like Starry Night, of the girl with the pearl earring. Like there's a couple of knockoffs of like well-known art pieces in
prints.
this
Yeah,
room. But there's also a couple that, because you're asking, you can make me an investigation check on that one.
sure.
Rose, with a 10, the sounds are dampened. You don't know how, but it's got something to do with this room being in the middle and everything is dampened. You don't know how. Wolf, I'm telling you that it is soundproofing technology in the floors and the walls.
Gotcha.
Rose don't know shit. Um,
Nor would Rose wouldn't have known that if I'd rolled a 40.
Yeah.
she would have
Val,
been
why
able
can't we
to.
hear?
Val,
Doesn't
I've
sound
gone
very.
deaf.
You're fine.
Coral, with a 20, um, what was your question again? I forgot.
Yeah, I was looking for any sort of personality here besides like just the knockoff print
Okay.
art or yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, you. Actually, no, this works out well. Oh, I love that the dice tell the story. So, Coral, because you were the one that was directly spoken to and directly talked with the gods back in Alari, you're the one that's able to click in that each of these 4 seats that you can see and the one extra do show the personality of each of the 4 gods that sat in their area. So in the bottom right there, the blue couch, you can see that that blue couch does show a couple of ships in little bottles. You can see that there is a driver's manual for a large ship. There is also a photo of a lot of nautical engineering. And you're able to click in that this must represent Charles, that we know is Charles, but is Oldvar, who was the ship captain, who was the one that travelled everywhere and was the one in charge. The bottom left, the red one, very simple. You can see that there is just a lot of vials. There's a lot of weaponry, very small weaponry. Headsman, the blood god. On the top left, you can see that there are 2 chairs. This one is kind of jumping between the 2. There's a lot more monitors around this one. It feels like there's like at least 5 monitors to these 2 chairs, as there's like 1 to the others. You recognize this one, and Val, you will recognize as well because you had direct relation to Caglio, the god of knowledge. And then in the top right there, it's again a very simple chair, but it's very much the gamer chair. This is the one that was doing a lot of like the active stuff, and that was for Tough, who was the god of death. You're able to click into all of these, and you can see that there is one that's kind of just off to the side there in the middle that you recognize as Caglio moving between. However, it doesn't look like it's used very often, which makes you think that either someone else was a part of it, or, and here's some existential bullshit for you, maybe Charles was his own person. You don't know, but that's all that you can go off of it.
Hey, don't point that out to
Love
Rose.
you.
Oh no, no, no.
Don't point out the God connection to Rose. She'll just start tearing chairs apart.
On the other hand, y'all about to make like, if you do, that's like a lot of D100 rolls.
That's true. Or tell me, and I'll just blast through it.
Okay, yeah, I'm not breaking that. Yeah. But that does definitely make Coral want to replace some of this furniture with new furniture that isn't. If this is going to be our home, I want it to be our home, not the god's home. You know.
Yeah.
Can we get a beanbag
So-
chair?
We're gonna have.
Yeah.
So this is session 1.5. Then we'll have session 2, and then session 2.5 can be the Home Depot episode.
Yeah.
Let's go to IKEA.
Wayfair.
Oh my God. Rose would just eat it up at Wayfair. She would buy everything. I could see her
What a
being like
shame,
a
y'all
Pottery
don't have
Barn
money
girl
yet.
too.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of ferns. So
What
let's
is
also get on
money?
that. Like,
Oh, that'll come. I've
Does
got
my
a system for money,
1,000
don't
gold
worry.
not transfer?
It will, in a different way. And I'll tell you
Okay.
guys about that after session 2 when we reveal a bit more information about bastions and how they work. Rose, because you had the free look around, you're kind of a little bit confused, you're still annoyed. You're going to start to feel this kind of pinprick in your heart. You're going to feel this kind of a little bit of a flare. You're going to make a D100.
Sweet.
mhm.
High roll. Shit. 68.
68. Still not high enough at the
I keep
moment.
just like it's gonna go. Mine's gonna
You
go
are
down 5 to 10.
literally edging yourself with this right
I
now.
know.
Like,
This
the
feels
dice are
familiar.
there.
Gotta love some edging.
How's it feel getting blue balled by dice? Anyway.
Pretty typical
Yeah,
now.
you start to feel this like prick in your heart, and you can feel that fire. You can feel that fire almost becoming its own thing. It's not just this like mental anguish of going through so much and building. It feels like this is almost like a real thing now. Like, you just feel angry. Which is fair, I guess.
I think I have a right
Is it?
to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well. I mean, I know everything, so who knows? That's a
you?
lie, I don't know shit. Y'all saw me in season 1. Most of that was improvised. Alrighty, so we have our new common room, which is definitely Coral's favourite area, because he's had so many great ones to choose from so far.
You want the dead bodies or the loud fans?
So there's still 3, so to speak, more areas to check out for now. One, Val, you're going to love and probably claim as your batching room.
Can't wait.
I want to go to the murder boardroom.
Yeah, we moving forward to the murder boardroom.
Do you know what I'm talking about? That top right room with all the stuff on
Hang
the
on.
walls.
Right
Yeah,
here.
exactly. I guess
We have
as
the
we
murder
pass,
boardroom.
Rose would stop to look at the boxes with Val because she knows she wanted to look at the boxes.
I like boxes.
Yeah, roll investigation for the boxes.
What about
Other
the
way.
room? Yeah, so the room to the north. That's another one of the. That's the common room, and the center one is. Sorry, I'm just a little confused on
I
which
kind
one's
of
which.
assumed we had to go around to see that. I wasn't sure though, because it looked like there might be more.
Yeah, so there are 2 doors in those other rooms. The one
Okay.
where I made you do the fake perception, and on the other one you can see that there's the 2 walls there.
Yeah.
One of them is locked. It'll be the one on the left, and the one on the right will let you in. But it'll be 2 separate rooms. So this bottom
Okay.
common area, and then this one's more like a insert name of a room here.
We also haven't seen a bathroom yet, so.
Dun, dun,
We haven't.
dun.
I did think about that.
Where can
Bro-
we pee?
Whenever
There is a reason. There is a reason for it.
whenever Rose
I'm
has to pee,
I'm
she doesn't-
wondering when or if I should tell you.
whenever Rose has to
Oh.
pee and she can't find a bathroom, she just wild shapes into a dog, and then she just has an accident, and she's like, "Oh no!" I'm joking, of course.
Just a
You can
cute
get
little puppy.
you can get the look off your
Oopsie.
face.
I can't talk. These 2 puppies are driving me fucking mental.
Well,
Just-
they do that. Real puppies do that. It's very annoying.
Puppies be doing that though.
Alrighty, so Coral, if you want to join in for investigation on these boxes, you're more than welcome to do so. But it will be investigation more so than a perception because you guys are actively looking at it.
Guidance.
And
Absolutely no.
I'll
no,
guide.
wow,
Actually,
Coral.
I
I'll
can
just-
add 3 to that. I'm gonna add add 3 to whatever roll.
Ooh, that makes it a 5.
Yay! So I got
So
dirty 20.
Read Flash of Genius to see if you can.
It's ability check. It's his ability check. So that's
Okay, can you apply it to multiple people or just one? And it's a
yes.
stat.
One other person. So whoever
So,
got higher, I guess. Rose
I'll
probably.
just-
I'm like, Rose, look at that.
I'll just help you. I'll do the assist action to help you, Val. So you would roll with advantage, and I would not roll.
Yeah.
Never mind then. Fine, I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay. I'll roll again. I got a 17 on the
'Cause
first one.
I think in this situation,
Golly.
you're interested in the boxes, and Rose is just kind of
I love
helping you.
boxes. 21. Even better.
Rose is
I
interested
really
in a different
like
box. Hormones.
Yeah.
She is. She's a little
So-
mad at
so
that
tell
box,
me-
though.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
Nice. Well earned.
Val, with a 21 and some help from Rose, you guys are pulling down some of these boxes. You're pulling them out. None of them are labeled. Literally, as you're pulling it down, you already somehow have a switchblade in your hand and you're just kind of opening every single one to figure out
yeah.
what's inside. There is a ton of
Severed heads.
mechanical parts.
Oh.
There are... No, that's in the other room.
Well,
There are a ton of different parts. There are a ton of different vials and glasses, beakers,
glassware.
alchemical stuff. There are all of the different things that you guys need to introduce another mechanic into this game. If you guys want to craft anything and you have enough money to be able to get even just base materials,
we give it to Val.
make something.
Yeah.
Essentially what it is instead of buying and selling stuff and items and shit like that, you guys are crafting them. Still
Nice.
the same money, still the same components, except this is going to be where you guys are making it all. Because as much as I would like to say that you guys are going to be going to shops and that, Temptations isn't really built for that sort of campaign. So I wanted to try and expedite the process a bit. So if you guys never need to buy anything, you want to do some shopping, you need potions or anything like that, you can make it.
Okay, so there'd be like 3D printers and just
yes,
like
3D printers. Okay. There's like large machines to put things into. There's think of it just like big
Okay.
There's
machines,
probably
put things in.
like a maintenance room where there's some where there's like a drill and a couple
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
wrenches,
Replacement
yeah.
parts, springs, diodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Radio Shack. This is where they moved all of the stuff from Radio Shack when they closed.
R.I.P.
I don't know what that is.
I loved
You
Radio
don't- really?
Shack.
Is that just an
Oh,
American thing?
my-
I don't think we have that in
Yeah.
Australia.
Well, we don't have them
well, we
here
don't
anymore.
either. Aw,
Neither do you.
What about Circuit City?
Uh,
Do you have that?
I
We don't
not
have that
heard of it.
anymore either. All right, continue.
not-
Rose, you feel this sense that now the gods have screwed you over, they have fucked you over, they are not giving you anything, they are telling you to do things, and now they're telling you have to craft your own shit. Roll a d100.
I was actually thinking something along that same lines. He just beat me to
If
it.
this
Come
is what-
on.
If this is what pushes
Jesus
you over the edge,
Christ. Scene. I'm not
It's
that
not
upset
happening.
about it. She views it as
I'm just saying.
it's like crafts.
I'll just say, if Coral or Persephone get theirs on the first try, y'all are gonna feel like shit.
No, I probably feel like that probably tracks.
I'm gonna have to have some kind of
So-
like rage explosion before I get mine.
Alright, what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rolls so far. That is good, because that will drop your DC down to now 70. Instead of
Okay.
it just being at a flat 100. So
can do
each one
this.
goes down by 5. We'll see. Going into the murder board room.
I'm excited about this.
Yay.
Yay! Everybody, welcome to Intel. Welcome to what Val was saying earlier with Always Sunny.
I thought you
Yeah.
meant like the computer company. I was like, wait, why?
No.
So this one is going to be your kind of Intel room. There are a lot of pieces of paper on the wall. If you want to specifically look for something, we can make a roll for it. Or if you want to just kind of passively look at everything and see if anything jumps out, tell me your passive perception. So you can
21.
roll invest. Or you can tell me to go fuck myself with a 21 passive. Yeah, that'll do it.
Wisdom,
I
baby.
want to see any.
21 passive, that's crazy.
I have expertise in perception.
Okay, that makes
Oh.
sense then.
I want to see
Yeah.
if there's anything like specifically. Oh no, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I was looking for. You know what? Fuck me. That's what I was looking for.
You're not gonna find that in this room, I don't think.
Nope.
There's probably an app for that you could do anyway.
Maybe.
Coral, would you like to look for anything particular?
Could always
or you can
craft
take
something
a-
in the other room.
No, naughty. Coral walks up behind Rose and smacks it out of her hand.
No, but I am gonna look for anything that might tie to the 3 people I saw in the monitor in the other room.
Yep.
Because really, that's
I'm
the
gonna give
only
to you
other
for
sign of
free.
anything we've seen.
I'm going to give to you for free. You're not going to find anything on those 3 individuals.
Okay.
So I'll give you that for free. So if you want to look for something else, feel free. I'm as transparent as they come. That 3 is a story thing for like session 2.0 with Ravnok and that.
Fair enough.
That'll come later. Don't worry about that one. Just have
That's
existential crisis for the next 2 weeks.
That's a later us issue.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm good.
I want
You
to see
good?
if I can find information on where we are. What is this world called? Like, are there anything? Newspaper clippings? What date is it? Like, where and when
Absolutely.
are we?
With a passive of 21, you can have answers to all of that if you like.
I would very much like that, sir.
So,
Your mother's maiden name was.
this is your social security number.
Why did they give me up? It doesn't matter,
Well,
they're dead. Everyone's disappeared.
True. So, first of all, the world is Haven. The world is only known as Haven because there is a lot of, as you can see, telecommunications breakdown, a lot of outside communication outlawed, a lot of basically the city of Haven is on a lockdown. It was said by Caglio, that you weren't listening, let's be honest. Rose was not paying attention. But essentially what had happened was that the whole city is on a lockdown. They locked down this building to protect U4. If Coral was there, he'd probably be like, nah, the other two maybe. But another thing that you do start to notice is that we are making it this year, this date, essentially. I have said that from the start. We are in the modern day. So that's simple enough. The city of Haven is on lockdown. There is a communications lockdown. There is a telecommunications breakdown, all that stuff. You're seeing a lot of articles based around a lot of gangs and a lot of street warfare happening. It's not exactly the safest place to be running around outside, which will be fun.
Ironic, based on the name.
Right? But there's a couple of things that point out to you. Some of the things that point out to you is that Hamona is mentioned a lot. Hamona is mentioned a lot because as you're walking around looking at these sheets, you find the first one, and then your brain starts firing as you're finding all of this, like, more information on Hamona. You guys were told that she was in this world, and you had to find her in the last one, but that's like a whole other thing. You knew that she was here, you did not know what she was. In this world, she is basically the mayor, the leader of the city. She is the one that is in charge of everything. She's the one that runs everything that's funded, all of the finances, everything. Everything goes through Hamona. You can't see exactly why the gods were after her. You can't exactly see why everything is going the way that it is. All of the newspaper clippings, all of the printed out internet articles, like everything that you can see polarizes itself and contradicts itself in what you thought the gods were doing. Some of them are really good, talking about her extending a grant for kids to start school. A lot of them are also talking about her being the one behind the police funding. There's some that are saying that she had, donated all of this money to charities. But then on the same article, it talks about her and a couple of scandals that she's been through. Like, very much a modern day political figure, and they do a lot of good, they do a lot of bad. Some do a lot of bad.
But she's not nearly as one-sided, tackling evil as they've made her out to be, which infuriates Rose. But you know what makes her more mad than anything is that these fucking boomers printing out internet articles. And that fills her with a rage that she cannot contain. But yet she does not understand why.
Roll me a D100.
Yes. All right, come on. That's got to be it. Internet articles. Come on. 80.
Yay!
A little part of me was hoping that the crafting would be what would push you over the edge. Like, we're gonna fucking make our own shit now! But this makes more sense for Rose in a story sense.
I think so too. I think, she's mad at this picture she's seeing of Hermona, and also she's still mad at Hermona for the last interactions they had. And now she doesn't even know what was real, what's not real, and she's confused, she's heartbroken, and at the same time this gives her a little bit of hope again. That maybe this version of Hermona isn't so bad.
I'm going to tell you what happens. You are going to get your legendary action.
Sweet.
I am also going to say after that happens, this is where we will end session 1.5 with all of the information. This seems like a nice place before we get Rabnock back. While you're reading all of these articles, and your brain starts to contradict itself with the information you have and how you felt way in the past in Alari, you go through all of the kind of moments in your relationship with Hamona and how you went about things. You go through all of these very big, pivotal moments in your life that revolved around her. part of you does start to get this feeling of longing because you don't remember, in a sense, a time without her or without your friends. You've never really been alone. Reading the articles and everything that's going on, you feel that flame, you feel that fire start to grow. And as you do, your brain starts to overwork itself. It starts to overclock. You're going through all of these different scenarios very quickly at once. Kroll, you see her starting to shake with a rage, with a feeling. You see her start to really start to let loose. Coral, you get this feeling that you need to take a couple steps back and you need to just take a moment. Val, you're obviously watching your sister, your best friend. You are watching her with a panic,
Yeah.
so to speak. Rose, as you are going through all of these emotions and you feel this pain, you feel something click inside your body. You feel something click in your head, and you feel yourself almost wanting to change into a wolf, change into a bear, change into something to just tear this place down out of anger, but also out of just sheer emotion that's going through you. While you do, you start to shift, and then you feel something in your brain tear apart. As Rose, your legendary action is you can still wild shape, or you can summon your wild shape as a second playable character.
It's amazing. I want that so
Nice.
bad.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
That's
So
super fun.
once per day, at any time, if you want to, your legendary action is that you can summon a wild form. You'll still be Rose. You'll still
Nice.
be able to play as a wolf,
That
or
is
you can become a
amazing.
wolf and use another wolf. You'll be
Because
able to use this in a wild shape if you want to.
I love this. So it's a legendary action. I mean, does it trigger at someone that like does it trigger at when normal legendary actions do, or like when I wild shape it's like a
You can trigger it whenever you want. Val can trigger
okay.
hers whenever she wants as well. There are the stipulation of obviously they are within their restrictions of this is what your legendary action is. You
Sure,
can't
sure.
do it to do something else.
No, right. I
Val,
just wanted
as a
to
reminder, yeah,
make sure I'm in the context of
um,
when I can use it. I'm with you.
yeah.
Totally.
Val's is obviously being able to combine two spells into one and only use the highest spell slot. So you can literally create any magical effect that you want out of it. If you want to do two status effects, cast both spells. Like, that was
Cool.
yours. Still got Coral's, still got Persephone's. But Rose, welcome to your legendary action for season 2
That's
of
cool as
Temptations.
fuck.
That's amazing. I love that
Yeah.
so much. Oh, yeah. It's the
Downside.
wolf, but it's always the wolf.
There's always a downside to the legendary actions. Obviously, Val's,
Ah,
you will use up your highest level spell slot that you use. This will, if you summon a, like, well, your wolf, you pretty much just said that.
it's always
But
the wolf.
if you use it to summon it, it will still use up a wild shape,
Assumed.
but you'll have separate. So you'll
Yeah.
still have Rose and you'll have the wolf.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I assumed it would still use one of the wild shape uses. Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. Nice.
So
That's really dope.
we shall
Yeah.
end session 1.5. Hopefully next session Ravnok will be here, and then I can kickstart the world and not just the Bastion and everything and lore and stuff. As much as I could literally just write books about this world, I'm so excited. I could. I might. Hopefully when everybody gets here, we can do session 2. We can start to kickstart a lot of things. Yeah.
Well,
And
Ravnok said they'd be here tonight and then backed out at the last minute. So I think we all just need to remember that when it
I think
comes
it's
time
also
to
kind of good that he wasn't here because we
pick
got
the
to do a
next
lot of
character
lore.
to die. Yeah,
Never
that's
forget.
true.
Pick the Nintendo!
Well, he hasn't died in a
Oh,
while. Been a little bit.
it's so mean. So mean. Well, technically, he's all died recently.
Sure. Well, he's still up on us though because of whatever his first character's name was, which was so long ago I don't even remember. He's just been Arendelle for so
Like
long.
Landon or something? No, not
Lando.
Landon.
Yeah.
Lando.
Lando.
That was it. Ooh, okay, yes. So 2 weeks we'll be back. Should have the whole gang here, I guess. Let me see. 2 weeks isn't anything crazy, is it? Okay, yeah. 2 weeks we'll be back here for another Temptations, and that will actually be. Do you actually want me to put this as 1.5 on the
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
I can do
1.5.
that.
1.5, Val's Awakening.
I like it.
/
There you go. I don't even have to think of a title. That's perfect. That's
Yeah.
perfect. I was gonna do pickled people, but
Val's Awakening, Rose's
subtitle.
Awakening, Coral Scared.
Oh. So with that, I think this is kind of a short week for me. My schedule's I've kind of gone down to 2 streams a week, just for right now, just because I like to sleep sometimes.
Life.
But we will be back on Monday. If you missed it, this Monday we had the premiere of Legends of Elzoria. It was our new Daggerheart campaign, so we'll be back with that. That's a weekly on Monday now, so make sure you check that out. Kind of went right into the Kupo Quest time slot. It is a little weird playing on Monday and having a completely different cast of people though. It was strange. It was very weird because we've been doing Kupo Quest for like 3 years, and we logged on to play, and I'm like, you're not the right people. So,
Where's
but
Ava?
and then next week should be, I believe, unless we do something weird, I think it'll be the finale of Heist number 4 for Golden Vault. If
Yay.
just based on talking to Ravnok. So yeah, I think that'll be it. If you want to hang out with us a little bit, make sure you check out the Discord. And then we also have a Patreon you can join. I've been putting up a lot of free stuff lately if you just want to check that out. And then I'm going to start doing a lot more, so I'm really into Daggerheart right now, and I think I'll need to do it anyway for the show. I'm going to be doing a lot more homebrew for that, and I'll be putting that up on the Patreon as well. So they have really cool things on their site. You can actually make like the cards and everything. I'm pretty excited about it.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, do you have anything you want to say, closing words there, Psychic, before we head out?
No, just first couple sessions been a lot of lore, and once we
Yeah.
have everybody here, then we can start building. Then we can start world building, which I'm
Yeah.
super excited about.
Then we can start killing some
So-
gods.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe.
Or that.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's always the goal. You start out killing
Almost
rats, you
die.
end killing God. That's how RPGs work. It's just that's the path you take.
Look, I don't know about your fantasies. I don't want this to be my Final Fantasy, so like,
I'd let you
I'm
kill
doing
God at the
most
end of
of my stuff.
Kupo Quest.
I was the god.
I delivered. Ooh, you got to kill so many gods. I delivered the RPG promise. Now it's your turn. Let me kill these motherfuckers. Okay, so with that, one last reminder, especially those for people on the call, if you want to participate in the Hero Forge challenge, tomorrow's the deadline, and it's really easy. It's just a summer vacation of one of your characters. You've already got them in Hero Forge, so just throw them in some summer attire and send it over. Or don't. Or don't. They'll just let Duke win, because Duke's is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, Duke's was pretty good. So you got to give him a little bit of competition. Anyway, with that, we will close it out for the night. We will see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye. Oh, it's weird not having Ravnok here doing his bye thing. Now it's just like a lot of dead silence. It's kind of awkward. I'm just gonna go ahead and close it then.
Yeah.